Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a framework that is an absolute game changer for writing truly rock-solid requirements. It's an acronym called Structured, and if you're a business analyst, this is a tool you're going to want in your back pocket to bring precision and clarity to every single project.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been there? A project kicks off, everyone's excited, but then somewhere along the way, things just get messy. Deadlines start to slip, confusion sets in, and the final product, well, it's not really what anyone wanted. It turns out that problem almost always starts right at the very beginning. And the root of that problem, it's almost always ambiguity. Think about it like trying to build a house without a clear blueprint. If the architect thinks you're building a cozy cottage, but the construction crew thinks it's a skyscraper, you're going to have chaos. It's rework, it's frustration, it's failure. In our world, that blueprint is our requirements. If they're fuzzy, we are setting ourselves up for disaster. And that is exactly where our solution comes in. The structured framework is this really memorable toolkit. It's an acronym that gives us 10 key principles for crafting really well-formed requirements. It's all about eliminating that ambiguity and making sure everyone, and I mean everyone, is on the exact same page from day one.
Okay, so what does structured actually stand for? Well, it's 10 principles, a perfect checklist. We've got solution-free, traceable, relevant, unique, consistent, testable.
And then we have understandable, realistic, explicit, and finally, deliverable. Together, these things form a complete, basically bulletproof guide for great requirements. So let's break down what each of these really means in practice. The foundation really starts with S for solution-free. This is so critical. It means your requirement has to state what is needed, not get bogged down in how to build it. We're here to define the problem, not dictate the implementation. And right alongside that is T for traceable, which makes sure everything has a purpose. Every single requirement has to link back to a bigger business goal. If it doesn't, you have to ask, why are we even doing it?
Next up, we build with purpose. A relevant requirement isn't just some cool idea. It has to directly support a strategic objective. Unique is all about being efficient. You state each need just once to avoid confusion and conflicting work. And consistent means we're all speaking the same language. We're using standard terms to get rid of any chance for misinterpretation. Let's be honest, a requirement is pretty useless if you can't prove that you've met it, and that's where testable comes in. If you can't define how you'll verify it's done, it's not a solid requirement. Just as crucial is understandable. It has to be written in clear, simple language so that everybody, from the developers in the weeds to the executives signing the checks, are all on the same page.
So the final principles here are what ground our concepts in reality. Realistic forces us to ask that tough question. Can we actually do this with the time, budget, and tech we have? Explicit means we leave zero room for assumptions. Every constraint, every dependency is stated right up front. And finally, deliverable ensures we're not just talking about abstract ideas. Every requirement has to result in something tangible, something you can actually see and touch.
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, especially if you're an experienced BA or PM. You're saying, this is great, but hey, I already use SMART for goals, or I use INVEST for my user stories, so how does structured fit in with all that? And you know what? That is an excellent question.
The key thing to remember is that structured isn't here to replace those frameworks. Not at all. It's meant to complement them. See, while SMART is fantastic for defining your objectives and INVEST is tailor-made for agile user stories, structured gives you this holistic, BA-focused guide specifically for the quality of the requirements themselves. It works with any methodology, which makes it a truly universal tool for your analyst toolkit. So ultimately, it really all boils down to this. When you apply these 10 principles, you're making sure that the requirements you write aren't just words on a page. They become a clear, a verifiable, and a genuinely valuable roadmap that directly supports what the business is trying to achieve. The structured framework is a fantastic way to get your requirements right from the start. And if you want to go even deeper on this and other core BA skills, this whole concept comes from the book The Essential Business Analyst, Mastering Business Analysis in the AI Age. We'll drop a link for you right there in the description below. And hey, if this explainer was helpful, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more.